All right, so you're probably thinking about taking an English test.
Yeah.
Like maybe for school or work,
Wow.
or even if you want to move to another country.
Right.
It can be tough to choose between IELTS, PT, TOEFL.
Mm-hmm.
So in this deep dive, we're going to break down the differences between these three tests
Sounds good.
based on a recent conversation that we found.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're looking at the International English Language Testing System, the Pearson Test of English,
PEE.
and the Test of English as a Foreign Language.
TOEFL.
They all test your English skills.
Yep,
Listen, reading, writing, and speaking.
that's right.
But there are some important differences in how they test you and where they're accepted.
Exactly.
Okay, so first up, IELTS.
All right.
It seems like this one is accepted almost everywhere for university jobs and immigration.
Yeah, pretty much.
But one thing that really stood out to me was the speaking test.
Oh, yeah, the speaking test for IELTS is really interesting.
What's so special about it?
Well, you actually have a face-to-face conversation with an examiner. Oh, wow.
So for some people that can feel more comfortable and natural.
I can see that, like, you're actually talking to a real person.
Exactly.
But I guess for other people, that could be pretty nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like having that live interaction can be stressful for some people.
Definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to PTE.
Pearson Test of English.
What's the big difference with this one?
Well, the main thing is that it's completely computer-based.
Oh,
So if you're comfortable with technology,
yeah.
that can be a huge advantage.
Makes sense.
And it also tests all 4 skills.
Mm-hmm.
But for the speaking section, you record your answers into a microphone.
So it's a totally different vibe for the speaking test.
Right.
Just you and the computer screen.
Exactly.
And there was one really interesting thing about PTE that we found in the conversation.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It's how quickly you get your results.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a big plus for PTE.
Like, you can get your scores back in just 48 hours.
Sometimes even faster.
Wow, that's super fast.
Sure.
Yeah, if you're on a tight deadline, that can be a lifesaver.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the last one, TOEFL.
Test of English as a foreign language.
This one's also computer-based, right?
That's right.
So what makes TOEFL unique?
Well, TOEFL is another well-respected test.
Mm-hmm.
It covers all 4 language skills just like the others.
Okay.
But the speaking section is where things get interesting.
How so?
You record your answers just like with PTE,
Yeah.
but TOEFL uses both AI and human raters to score your speaking.
Wow, so it's a mix of technology and human judgment.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And TOEFL is often preferred by universities in North America.
Interesting.
Its structure and the types of tasks align well with the demands of academic life in the U.S. and Canada.
So it's more geared towards studying in North America.
Right.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
IELTS has that face-to-face speaking test.
Mm-hmm.
PTE is all digital, and you get your results super fast.
Yep.
And TOEFL is more academic and is usually the preferred choice for universities in North America.
Exactly.
So the big question is,
Yeah.
which one is right for you?
Right. You really need to think about your own preferences and goals.
Exactly. Like, what are you most comfortable with?
Yeah. And why do you need to take the test?
And most importantly, what are the specific requirements of the schools or organizations you're applying to?
That's crucial.
The conversation we looked at really emphasized that the best test for you depends on all of those factors.
Absolutely.
Like, if you need to apply for a UK visa, they usually want you to take IELTS.
Right.
If you need results quickly, then PT might be a good option.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're dreaming of going to a university in the US, TOEFL is often the way to go.
Exactly.
So through this deep dive, you've learned about the key differences between IELTS, PT, and TOEFL.
Hopefully it's a little clearer now.
Yeah. And before you go, we want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay.
As you're making your decision, really consider the specific nuances of each test, like the personal interaction of the speaking test in IELTS versus recording your answers for PTE and TOEFL,
Mm-hmm.
how quickly you need those results,
Right.
and where in the world you're planning to use your test scores.
All important things to consider.
So think about what's the best fit for you
Yeah.
and your goals.
That's the key.
And good luck with your English test journey.
You got this.
All right, that's it for this deep dive.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.